this evening, or wherever time zone you may be on, I'll be giving an overview of Zodiac, which we're calling the expansion pack for DAOs. So here's a graphic from 2019 displaying the existing DAO ecosystem. It features legends like DAO Stack kind of spearheading the Genesis DAO, the beginnings of Aragon deployments, and the lore that would eventually become Moloch DAO. And if you fast forward less than 3 years later, the DAO landscape has really exploded and really changed. We have still OG protocol DAOs, plus newer DAOs like social and media DAOs blooming. And we know that the DAO ecosystem is evolving, but the question remains, are its tools? So if you look at it, the tools have definitely grown in number. And today the ecosystem really flourishes by combining these platforms, protocols, and frameworks. However, threads connecting this plug and play approach for DAOs have lacked an open standard until now. So a composable design philosophy for DAOs, Zodiac is a collection of tools built according to an open standard. Because DAOs are not monoliths, DAOs are constellations. And Zodiac launched with 4 tools by our team, Gnosis Guild: Exit, Bridge, and Delay, which join Reality, also known as SafeSnap, in the collection of tools. These tools are available through the Gnosis Safe, where you can go and use the Zodiac app natively to equip and stack Zodiac mods that affect your Gnosis Safe. However, more than a collection of tools, Zodiac is an open standard on which anyone can build to ensure DAO interoperability. And each tool adheres to the Zodiac open standard, consisting of avatars, modules, modifiers, and guards. And with a programmable account like the Gnosis Safe at their core, tools built on the Zodiac open standard support organizations that evolve over time. And while we're building some of the interfaces around the Gnosis Safe, ultimately Zodiac can build around any programmable account that implements the iAvatar interface. And the current compliant collection of tools, which will soon all be available in part through the Zodiac app, also encompass the Safe Minion, which was developed by DAO House. So this essentially allows Moloch DAOs to manage the Gnosis Safe's digital assets based on the outcome of V2 Moloch DAO proposals. There's also Usul, which is developed by TokenWalk, a close collaborator of Gnosis Guild, and it allows accounts/avatars to operate with the trustless tokenized DGov, decentralized governance, similar to Compound or Gitcoin, with a time-boxed proposal core. This enables DAOs to choose from various multiple on-chain voting methods that best suit their needs. And there's also Scope, which is a guard that allows an avatar or module to limit the scope of the functions with which it can interact. This enables a DAO to define granular permissions for different control mechanisms. So while that may sound pretty abstract, we can dive into how the Zodiac tools can be used in practice. So a common scenario today, a DAO begins as a squad with an idea. They deploy a Gnosis Safe multi-signature account to manage shared resources. And this Gnosis Safe has 4 out of 6 signatures required to execute a transaction. And while informal proposals through a group chat suffice initially, eventually their decisions as a squad become more substantial. And in phase 1, they decide to launch a token to expand their project. And in order to keep a formal record of their decisions, they create a snapshot space for token voting. And their first vote includes who should be elected as signers on their Gnosis Safe. Then, using the Zodiac app, they equip Exit, so that anyone who holds their token can leave the organization with their proportional share of funds they initially invested. And no shade, but Constitution DAO really could have used this. And available through the Zodiac app on Gnosis Safe, the exit mod basically just prompts you to enter only a token contract address, which refers to the ERC20 token, or coming soon, the NFTs, participants can redeem for a proportional share of this account's funds. And the exit mod here is similar to Moloch's infamous rage quit function, but with greater optionality. And then after equipping the exit mod, the DAO progressed to the next phase of decentralization. However, as time goes on, their community grows rapidly, developing many centers of activity through their token-enabled Discord, and one central team managing their Gnosis safe becomes less than ideal. They decide, in this case, to use reality, allowing both off-chain snapshot proposals, as well as things like Discord polls, to create on-chain Gnosis safe transactions that anyone in the community can execute. Again, through the Zodiac app on Gnosis Safe, the reality mod guides you through creating a DAO question template, cooldown period, and minimum bond for the escalation game-based oracle, reality.eth. Basically, this oracle is used so that successful proposals to a DAO can be verified on-chain. Next, when setting up the reality mod, you can add the SafeSnap plugin to your snapshot space, which will connect to the reality mod you previously set up on your Gnosis Safe. And once configured, you can now add Gnosis Safe transactions to a snapshot proposal as you're creating it, such as transferring funds, or even more complex contract interactions can be added, which then can be executed by anyone after the proposal has been verified on-chain as successful. So if it goes through, it allows the community to execute the proposal. And now, having equipped the reality mod, this DAO has taken a massive leap towards decentralization, like really massive. And however, its Gnosis Safe signers still have veto power over transactions. So before removing the Gnosis Safe signers, to add extra security to the new practice the reality mod supports, that is allowing anyone in the community to execute successful proposals, the DAO enables scope, which restricts functions their Gnosis Safe can call. This can significantly narrow the scope of possible malicious activity targeting their Gnosis Safe. And then, after acclimating to using Snapshot and Gnosis Safe with the Zodiac reality with the Zodiac mods exit reality and scope, they choose to disable the Gnosis Safe signers, which in essence achieves full technical decentralization of the DAO's resources and management. So now, DAO members can execute their own successful proposals, as well as exit the organization at any time with their proportional share of funds on their own. And at its core, this example can be one among many. Zodiac essentially enables organic pathways for progressive decentralization, equipping DAOs for whatever adventures they may face. And if you continue this example with a future scenario, you could imagine that eventually this DAO community would definitely like more refined governance processes than token voting. So they take an interest in conviction voting, in which members can continuously signal their preferences over time. And they decide to use an upcoming conviction voting app on Gnosis Chain, or the XDAI network, to save gas fees. However, operating as a multi-chain DAO does not sacrifice composability in this scenario, because they also enable the Zodiac Bridge mod, shown here, which connects the conviction voting app deployed on the XDAI network to their Gnosis Safe treasury deployed on Ethereum mainnet. And in summary, kind of in all, I would say the general approach is that Zodiac mods are designed to take decision-making beyond token voting, looking to hybrid models using time delays and anti-collusion signaling methods. And its open standard decouples avatars from decision-making, or accounts from decision-making, meaning that practices surrounding governance, membership, and treasury management can be customized independently of the affordances of any of the tools a DAO uses. So in short, Zodiac enables DAOs to be kind of living, breathing, and evolving organizations in a way that existing DAO platforms do not. Or in other words, DAO is evolving. And allowing DAOs and sub-DAOs to coordinate across multiple teams and different levels of social trust. So who are we? Basically the team behind Zodiac. So Gnosis Guilds is a society for interdependent software with the values of conviviality, co-ownership, and experimentation at its heart. Incubated by Gnosis, we aim to operate as a small team using the tools we build. And from closely observing the rise of Gnosis Safe over the last 4 years, it was our awareness that the DAO technology stack lacked composability, and that ignited the initiative for Zodiac. So Gnosis Guild is a core contributor to Zodiac and a keeper of the open standard for DAOs. However, anyone can contribute to the Zodiac compliant collection of tools by submitting a pull request on the repository, linked here. And as a team, we embrace practices that will over time meaningfully distribute contribution, governance, and ownership of the value Zodiac produces. This even includes the Zodiac design language, which consists of glyphs that can be recombined to create Zodiac icons. Developed by Prop Supply, the design studio, the design language represents the collection of tools according to the qualities, such as strength, magic, and dexterity, each tool affords an organization. And even more, DAOs can overlay these glyphs to represent the constitution of their organization as a badge. And while still evolving, the release of the first version of the full design language will coincide with the Gnosis Guild's NFT drop coming soon. Another open initiative taking shape early next year, the Zodiac DAO Improvement Proposal Process, or DIPS, seek to surface consensus on standards and best practices in the ecosystem. So both technical and cultural in scope, with DIPS, we hope to establish an open pattern language for DAOs that others can build on to support living, breathing, and evolving organizations. Our upcoming work also includes Zodiac Pilot. So a little teaser here. Using the pilot, you won't need to manually craft transactions for your DAO proposals any longer. Instead, you can use your favorite dApp UIs to generate transaction data for your DAO transactions. That will be of particular use combined with the upcoming Zodiac Roles mod, which will bring more granular permissions to the Gnosis Safe and signer permissions. Plus, on top of that, there will be a soon-to-be released standalone app for the Exit mod, allowing members to redeem their funds from DAOs standalone. So ultimately, composable tools like Zodiac create space for organizations to evolve, embracing a plug-and-play culture of modding. Resembling the kind of unmediated access to tools, one vision of 20th century technology promoted. And to get involved in shaping Web3's access to DAO tools, you can join the Gnosis Guild Discord here, where we'll soon be dropping NFTs and announcing an event program for the new year. And you can follow us on Twitter at Gnosis Guild, and definitely check out our blog, gnosisguild.mira.xyz, where we'll be running an editorial program next year on DAO-related topics, and also host a few essays there already.